I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking.
not as tough though.
Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are have-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are have-nots, who are not as tough as me. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm f***ed off at these f***ing clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
Ayo, ayo, welcome to ScambaitBeyond. Thank you for being here with us. We have our hostess with the mostest, Amanda J.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for
Ruining the back end. I mean, running the back end. My bad,
Yes.
Bachelor. I said that out loud. We have Cash Money Millionaire doing the questionnaire. That's me, if you couldn't tell. And we have 3 amazing guests on tonight. Chest of Drawers being number 1, a YouTube noob who's a scam baiter and does the news and bad jokes on the morning show. We have Take. He's a piss ass whose pronouns are bitch and daddy. But you'll have to check out his channel to hear the cuss words like fuck, damn, and shit. And of course, for the one that everyone's here for, the queen of Tuesday and Thursday nights, mornings, CJ Scams.
That is right. We are so excited. So again, thank you for everyone for being here. And first off, we're going to bring up Chester Drawers, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Here's the Brit Brat. Here we go. Hello.
Yay. Hello, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Unfortunately.
Oh, right. Bring it on. Bring it on.
No, thank you for joining us. I know it's very, very,
You're
very
welcome.
late for you. But again, just thank you for accepting the offer for being here. Now let's see how it goes.
As I said in chat, the only reason that I'm awake is because Kash is in. I'm in the same room as Kash.
I know. Can you believe it?
Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, Kash is just a sexy mother trucker. Okay.
So Chester, tell us
Yeah.
a little bit of how you got going in the scam baiting community, and how you started with the news with CJ, which CJ is obviously going to be the premiere of the show. I mean, God bless him.
For royalty, I'm curtsying as every time you mention her name.
Yes,
because
thank
it's
you.
a protocol.
Yes, she's the queen. She is the queen.
Yeah. It started like pretty much everyone in this particular, or the majority of people in this scam baiting world. I had an elderly relative. I had an elderly relative who unfortunately was scammed, not out of a lot of money. It was HMRC, which is equivalent of your SSA scam. And like everyone, just doing a bit of research, and I came across the Godfathers, Jim Browning, Kit Boga, Pierogi, and I thought, I'll have some of that. So it was my lockdown hobby. It started off, and I was on YouTube and on Discord. I never even heard of this. I had to get my son to explain it to me.
Even my husband has Discord, and he still does not know how to use it. So I get you. I get you.
Yeah. So I was on there, and someone said, "Hey, you need to subscribe to CJ." Sorry, Her Majesty CJ. I'm curtsying again.
Yes.
And I did.
Never heard of her.
And I did, and then Take. Wow, that was a smack between the eyes. I've never heard anyone like him. If people who are listening haven't heard of Take a glass of water, please look him up.
We'll
he is
get
the
to him,
business.
Chester. My God.
I know. Why are we promoting him yet? Come on, you gotta wait. Let's promote you. This is about you. This is you.
I got an invite to right from the very early start of the morning scam show, and the rest is history. I got invited to be Chester Draws, special roving reporter for WSCAM radio, and the rest is history.
Oh, wow. And also, you just broke the record for incoming scam calls. 77 so far today.
Oh, no, that's still.
Wow.
He's amazing as well. It's a fantastic community that we have. You know,
Mhm.
there's some. It's just like any regular family. There's some good, there's some bad, but on the whole, most of us get on. And if you watch Dill and Octavia the Spider, that's a great series.
Okay. I don't think I have watched
Basically,
that.
he has a spider in his backyard, and he spends his time videoing it.
Don't ruin the whole story if you want us to watch it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true.
Oh,
That's
you
true.
got to, because it's a series of feeding Octavia with various creepy crawlies.
Creepy crawlies. I
No,
just
but
love the way you guys talk.
so Chester, so that's how you got involved with it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then what do you see? I mean, I don't want to see yourself in the next 5 years. You know what I mean? But what do you see your future going with this? I mean,
Um, a bit of scam baiting. Well, quite a lot of scam baiting if I get a
Mhm.
chance. But
no.
also mentoring.
You can bait me anytime you want.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Easy there.
It's those blue M&Ms that I had in the green room.
Yes.
I fed them to
Um,
you.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for the green ones, by the way. The green is my favorite color. So thank you so much for sharing those. I appreciate it.
That's okay.
Even though Cash messed up earlier. He's in
Yes.
trouble. He's in trouble.
Yeah, I think Take wanted the banana runts, but they never appeared in the green room. So, but yeah, mentoring, helping Brit scam baiters, new scam baiters,
Mhm.
and generally just helping where I can and spreading
Right.
my silliness.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
And we love your silliness. Do not change.
Well,
Do not change ever.
and I think there's a in my opinion. I mean, this is just my opinion only, but there's a lack of fun but serious. Does that make sense?
Yeah. As
Because it is a very serious topic. People are losing
Yep.
hundreds of thousands of dollars a
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
Yep. And
And
some
there is a serious side about it, but there is also a fun side to have.
yeah, and some unfortunately are taking their own lives as a consequence. Not sort of putting that down, but what I'm trying to do is the education.
Mhm.
The scamming world is evolving rapidly. It's still the same type, but there's always
Different format.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly that. So it's just spreading the word. I love the North American market, but there are others, and I do the occasional UK scam with
Okay.
some fellow UK scam baiters.
Yeah, but there's a reason that we separated from you.
Hey, be nice.
That's
That's just because you
Come
don't
on,
want to speak.
come
That's
on! I
because
have to. I mean, he opened up the door.
I know,
Yeah,
but that's
sorry.
because you don't want to speak proper English,
Yes.
and drink your English tea,
Oh, cool, blimey! That's Mary Poppins in the room again.
It is. Oh my God, how did she come here?
Yeah,
She's-
what's that all about?
Well,
No, but
she
Chester,
decided to
I
stop by and just tell you that she just absolutely loves you, but she loves your mom more. So your mom
But-
is just excellent. So
But
please
Chester,
make
I
sure
think-
she's on.
I'm Chester's mum.
Oh, hello, Mum. How are you today?
Yes, Cash. He's been a very naughty boy today. This is Chester. So
Well,
feel
spank
free
me
to
then.
spank him.
I think he's going to
Sorry,
have
Mum.
to, or maybe he'll have to have some
A
little
flying
spot of medicine with a little sugar in it. I think
All
that'll
right.
help him. Yes.
But Chester,
Yeah.
I do agree with you on there's a serious side and there's a fun side to it.
Yeah, it's how you get the message across.
It's
Mhm.
I mean it's a multi-billion-dollar business in India. I mean they make absolutely spank someone's. Oh, yeah,
Yes, they are spanking them hard.
but it's a multi-billion-dollar industry over there,
Yes.
and there is a serious side of it. There is a way to have fun with it, in my opinion, and I think that there's a good way to have fun with it, and then there's
Mhm.
an annoying way to have fun with it. Would you agree with that, Chester?
Yeah. I love to annoy the scammers at the end. They have spent so much time and effort thinking that they're going to win, and then some people bring them down with a, sort of gently. No, I like to haha, no rupee for you today.
That's right. That's right. They're not going to get it because we're doing all the talking and wasting their time.
Yep,
and preventing other people, and I think that's the most important part, is knowing that we are preventing other people from getting scammed. But unfortunately, there are some people who've gotten in the romance scams, just like we know someone who's in that situation, and I think it's good that we're trying to do everything that we possibly can to stop it. It's just, how long are we going to have to take? But we're not going to stop, though. We're not going to stop.
Well, and they're not going to stop. I think that's what keeps us from not wanting to stop.
Yeah, and when you speak to Her Majesty,
in my opinion.
Yeah, and when you speak to Her Majesty CJ, she's branching out with the victim advocacy, the helping them. I wouldn't know how to do that, so that's something perhaps she might like to talk about.
Yes, we're definitely going to talk about that, because that is very important. That is very important, and I love what she does.
I really appreciate your input there, Chester. And if you don't mind, we're going to drop you down, and then we're going to take in here. Take.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring you all back up. So if you don't mind, now it's TAGOW's turn. Hello, TAGOW.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, good God. This guy.
Yeah, this guy interviewing me. What am I in for? Bring it. Bring it, bitch.
All right. Now, of course, this is adult rating program, so be prepared.
You said no holds barred, so let's get it on.
Yes.
All right. So
let's get ready to run the.
Yes, I got.
I've got an issue with you that I want to hash out with you right here and right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good luck.
How big old boy are you?
How big old boy am I?
How big a old boy are you?
Like, what are you talking about? Height or width or girth?
I'm just messing.
I just want to answer you the correct way.
I'm just.
He's just doing the Southern way instead of like, how do you want to fight? Come on, bring it on. Instead of like, how y'all want to do this? Do you want to do it with oil, or do you want to do it with mud? So,
in a cage.
In a general question, how did you get started, and just a general? Yeah,
it's about a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago. I got a new phone, and the number belonged to somebody else, obviously. And all day long, the phone would ring from 876, which is what the PCH scammers used to use, the Jamaican area code. And I just started thinking, who the hell would ever fall for this? So I started doing some research, and I started messing with them. I've always, tried to be Mr. Funny Man comedian. So I would mess with them, and I was like, I should record some of these. So I went to YouTube, did some research, and that led me to obviously Kid Boga, Pierogi, Jim Browning, a couple of the big names. And I realized there's a whole community of people that just mess with scammers. And then one day I was on YouTube about 4 months after I knew that this existed, and I ran across Genesis Floods. And it was like a way for you to call in and mess with scammers. So I kind of started doing that probably every single day for about 14 months straight. I started putting the videos on YouTube. They started, getting likes from people. A year later, I'm sitting with 250 videos and, Patreons. And I met CJ on the Flood. A lot of people in chat right now are friends from the Flood. And we all just kind of been on this journey together for about the last year. But that's basically the quick story of how I got started with it.
Oh,
No, I think that's great.
awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, even Fun Guy says he started around the same time. All amazing.
Yeah,
videos.
I met Fun Guy and Chester around the same time, and then CJ and I were talking. We kind of had the idea to do the morning show, and I had to.
I would not claim Fun Guy as a friend.
Cash, be nice.
Well, sometimes I do. But
right, fair enough.
but we all came up together is the point, and we had to bring Chester along. I just always looked at him as a brilliant mind, very creative, and he's the perfect guy for our morning show to do the news.
Yes, I absolutely agree, and
his videos are amazing.
Yes,
and of course I like funny. I like my funny to be funny. And there's a few Scambaiters out there I could watch. Even if I wasn't involved in this, I could turn on their channel and be like, "That's funny. I'm entertained." So I'm a big Chester Draws fan.
Yes, and what we were talking with him earlier, and he actually mentioned that he was the first guest. That's how he got started with doing the news.
Right. A lot of people turned us down and were like, we're not going on there. You guys are too small for me, or it's stupid, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, it's, Pierogi was on our show not too much longer. And Chester started us off, and we've had everyone on the show from Chester to behind bars to everybody in between. Hatch today, which was amazing.
That was a great interview. And you have great interviews. I mean, everyone that's been on has been very entertaining. I mean, from Scammer Takeout, like you said, Scammer Payback, to everyone. But there are some that you just get dry. But you just get some that you get more attached to, I guess.
No, from your server, Fun Guy.
Yeah, and Chester, I was just reading chat. I mean, Chester's like one of the few left over from the Flood days where I started, and I kind of didn't know what to do one day, and all of a sudden I just kept talking to scammers and saying, "You're live on WSCAM radio. Tell us, why do you scam for a living?" And then Chester just keeps it alive. So God bless Chester Draws.
Yes, and I think you both, like you and CJ, do a great job hosting with each other. I think the flow goes really, really well. Anyway, I just want to interject that. So, Cash, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm getting roasted in the chat right now.
Of course.
Good for you.
Yes, everyone roast Cash. That is perfectly fine. But also don't forget,
I should watch more videos so that way I can
how to
get more tips
interview.
on how to interview.
Yes.
Fun Guy tells me I'm out of his Discord. Oh my God.
I can tell you, any guest that's on our show, I usually spend 3 days doing nothing but watching their videos. Whether I like them or not, I'm going to watch their videos. So I'm sure you watched all my videos. I'll look forward to seeing the watch time in my studio. Thank you so much, Kash.
Yes, he's going to add in a lot, because really your videos are great. And I love the editing, and they're short, so they're not too long. And I think that's what also helps folks who, don't need the attention span, might be a little bit shorter. So I think it's great that what you do. And I love how you edit, and they're funny. So again, don't hesitate to go to TAGOW and please go watch.
Thank you very much.
You do a great job.
Raz Taz does most of the images. Lisa started me off, and Raz has continued to make images for me. So it's the channel wouldn't be what it is without Raz and Lisa doing all the images.
Oh, see, that's what helps, is having a team. So again, I think you guys are a great team. All right. Well, are we ready for the one and only?
Oh, let's bring her in.
All right, TAGOW, thank you so much. We're going to drop you down, and then we'll bring everybody up. But let's go ahead and bring the queen herself. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. You ready to bring the queen? Take a bow. Let's bow. Here we go. Let's add CJ. Hello.
CJ Scams, the lady herself.
Oh my God. I can't believe y'all keep saying that.
I know we're gonna bow. We're gonna bow.
Yeah,
You know.
you are something else. You are absolutely something else.
That's one way to put something else.
I cannot believe how much you've done for the community and what you've done, and I have a million questions for you.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
I have so many questions for you. For one, let's just get started with how you got started in the scam beta community. I mean, I don't think that's been a question that you've been asked too many times.
Yeah. Well, pretty similar to Take. I started with pierogi. I went on vacation. I went to the Caribbean actually, and I downloaded a whole bunch of pierogi's videos. And when I got to the Caribbean, like my phone wouldn't let me like download anything else, so I just watched those for a whole week over and over. And then I watched this for a few months, and then I found the Genesis floods that Take was talking about, started scam baiting, and on it went. And then we met pierogi through the morning show, went to the People's Call Center.
Oh my gosh, I bet that was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I mean, to see who you got to see. Plus, I love the way it was set up, and seeing you, Deo, Scammer Payback, who is just an awesome dude, and then of course you have Jim Browning. I mean, how was that? How was that?
It's really funny because, like, they said, like, Jim's almost here. So I'm like, oh my gosh, so I'm feeling nervous. He walks in, and for like 5 seconds, you're like, whoa, it's Jim Browning. And then after that, he's just a regular person because he's extremely down to earth. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm Jim Browning. He's just a regular dude, especially if you see his face. He's just a regular guy. Which, I don't know if y'all know, but when he was on camera, he wasn't wearing a mask. So I have tons of pictures with him with his face. Obviously, I can't share them, but
right.
We went out
that's
everything. Yeah. Jim and I went out for ice cream at Dairy Queen. I got pictures of that. So he's just a very down to earth, nice guy, for real. So.
And I think that's the most important part, is being around other amazing baiters, learning from them. And, we don't have to copy everybody, but at least get the opportunity to learn and grow and figure out what other tools that we can utilize to help with, removing and preventing scams and things like that. And that's, I don't know, Kash, if you want to kind of ask that question in regards to the victim advocacy.
No. I'm not even going that far yet.
Okay.
I'm finger in the water.
Okay.
So that was how you got your start, right? And then after you started doing you had your YouTube channel set up and all that good stuff before you got going in that, right?
I might have, like, I was looking at it and it had a really old date, and that was just the date, I guess, that I made a channel as far as watching. But the first day I posted was like July 2021, and I never did anything before that with YouTube. I was just a viewer. So.
Oh, okay, right. So how did he reach out to you, if you don't mind me asking?
Scammer Payback.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Scammer Payback. Sorry, I'm trying to backtrack here.
Sorry.
So what happened with Scammer Payback was, God smiled upon us and had the morning scam show recommended to him, and he clicked on it and he was like, "What is this?" And he started watching it, and then he started commenting in the chat, and that went on for some time where he was in chat commenting and we were talking. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll just Discord him. Then him and I started Discording. I started sending him my Money Mule information. And then he started coming on the show. And that's pretty much how it was. So it was just honestly like a blessing that YouTube even recommended the channel, the show to him. Cause you know how YouTube is, it's super hard to get in the algorithm. So it was luck, I guess you'd say, that they recommended the show, like, and doing it early when nothing else was going on probably helped, you know, because there's no other scam baiters then. And then he clicked on it, and he's he says he's a regular viewer. He doesn't always chat, but after being to his office, I know he's super busy, but he does regularly watch and chat and is regularly on the show. So, and he watches a lot of other scam baiters. He jumps around. He tries to comment. So he really tries, but he's extremely busy.
So with your Twitch streams, because that's primarily what you do now, right?
Yeah.
So with your Twitch streams, is there anything that you can tell us about maybe a little insider knowledge of how that kind of works for you, or what's hard about it, what's easy about it, as far as scam baiting?
Oh, sure. Well, I think streaming in general is a lot more difficult than maybe it looks, as y'all know, especially when you are on Twitch and you have a virtual machine and you have sound effects and you have like,
because it's all live. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, and you're having to mute stuff and you're having to block stuff, and it's very hard. To me, it takes a lot of practice. I've made a lot of mistakes, obviously, but it's very fun and rewarding, obviously, because so many people do it. But you know, I started on Twitch, I think it was at the beginning of this year, maybe February, I would guess. And I, of course, was just baiting at the time, and I still bait part of the time. Hey, Q, how are you, buddy? So I then I went to the People's Call Center, and Jim taught me how to like basically spy on these scam calls, which he did go. I mean, I'm not going to reveal anything about it, but if you watch his video that I'm in, and then the other People's Call Centers are in, he gives a lot of information about kind of how it works. You can kind of connect the dots there. Okay. We are in one of Jim Browning's videos. I don't know if y'all have seen it. It came out after, like maybe a month after the People's Call Center. After the rest of us released, he released later.
Well, and CJ, you are one of the bigger Twitch streamers that does live calls. So there's a lot of pressure on you to do when you do I mean, your morning show, yeah, that's a different entity. But when you're doing live calls on Twitch, I mean, that you're in the heat house. I mean, there's zero error, or there's zero room for error.
Right. Yeah. It can be difficult. I mean, obviously I'm getting better. Anybody gets better with practice. You know, it takes practice, and you know, when I first started, I did leak more phone numbers and stuff of people that I shouldn't, and I'm at the point now where it happens very rarely because I practiced. And that's kind of what you have to go through. Like, obviously, that's not what we want, is to leak anybody's information or our own information.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Because you're trying to protect their information, of course. But you're doing the right thing.
But if there's because there's a whole generation under us, because I feel like me, you, and Amanda are kind of in the, I don't want to say the older generation of it, but
you call me 80, so I'm way older than you guys.
Yeah, right. but we're not in the generation that's gonna say, oh, let me call up a number and just yell at them until they get mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not like in takes generation.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the good thing about
But-
CJ is that she can get information out of the person.
But what would you, CJ? What would you say to somebody who is just trying to get into this, that they're watching a stream like you, or and even Kip Boga, I mean, because Scammer Payback, and all those,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? They're watching this and they're like, oh well, I could just call scammers on my phone. I have a phone, I can do that.
Oh, yeah.
I can stream it, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, I would just give advice to like start small, start with one thing, practice, and then add more. Right. So, I started with calling into the flood, which isn't an option anymore. Maybe it will be one day, but when you call into the flood, you don't do anything. You're just talking to scammers. You don't. There's nothing to protect. You know what I mean? There's no information to protect. Then I started calling on my own with Text Now. So since the flood doesn't exist anymore right now, that would be the start. Like, call some scammers on Text Now. Don't worry about your content. Don't worry about your channel. Just try it first. You know.
But CJ, there's a lot of young people out there that are watching these and they're watching these channels, they're watching these Twitch streamers, they're watching everyone, and they're like, oh well, I can do that.
Mhm.
Right.
And it could be very vulnerable for them, you know.
That's very true. I mean, it is something that's it's not something for everybody. It definitely seems easy when you're watching it, but it's not something for everybody. If you really have a desire to try it, then get a Text Now and try it. Make sure that
Right.
one, you like it, because just because you like watching it doesn't mean you'll like doing it. So make sure you like it, you have a passion for it. Make sure it's okay for your mental health, because I'll tell you, the first thing I learned at the beginning is if I'm not in a good place mentally, I'm not going to call them. Because one day I was just frazzled because I had spent the whole day like fighting with them. So I was frazzled. You know what I mean? Like all day long, it had been like fighting with them, cursing me, insulting me all day, which was fine. But this was when I was earlier on, and I had been through that all day, and I knew that it was time to take a break, but I didn't take a break. And I like kept going, and then I ended up like leaking some of my own information, and I actually ended up crying because I was just mentally tired. And so, make sure that you're like, and if you mentally can't do it, because it is a mental game. It's a mental game. That doesn't mean it just means it's not for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of things that aren't for me that I don't want to do. So if you try it and you feel mentally drained at the end, you don't feel excited or happy, it might not be the right hobby for you. But you just give it a try. And if you just want to do it just to have a YouTube channel, I really wouldn't recommend it. There's just so many other things you can do that are entertaining, that aren't dangerous to people, that aren't criminal, that aren't involving criminals, that aren't like I said, mentally draining at times. Although I'm sure most everything has some mental draining, but it's not. I personally don't recommend it. Just if you want a YouTube niche, I think there's other things you could do that would be more entertaining. And the niche is very full. It's very competitive on a YouTube perspective. So if you just want a successful YouTube channel, you really should be passionate about the cause, in my opinion. So that's just my
No, I agree because we're playing kind of like characters of ourselves.
Yeah.
And so it does get draining. And that's why I think it's important for everyone to have a mental health day, take a day off, relax. And that way you can freshen up for the next day.
Right.
And so I totally agree. I totally agree because, even though we may be teaming up in a scam bait call or we may do singly, I like to team up. Like I teamed up with Cash and it was so much fun because we played a husband wife character. But you're right. It gets so tense sometimes. And then, it depends on what the scammer says. And then, so overall, I do agree with what you're saying. So I just want to kind of put my 2 cents in there. And thank you for what you're doing. Thank you.
And then CJ, another question I have for you.
Uh-huh.
I told you I had 1 million. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm so intrigued. I mean, with your morning show and your
Mhm.
and your live streams and all that good
It's
stuff.
awesome.
I just,
It's awesome. Go watch it. Go watch it.
I don't know if to listen to calls on that. You're a strong, powerful woman. And yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yes,
Whiskey.
and definitely an inspiration. No, this is totally true. Thank you, Whiskey, for saying that because
Yeah, thank you.
we
Right.
need to hear that. We definitely need to hear that so that way we're all continuing for the same fight.
But so when you brought up dealing with victims and stuff like that, when you deal with victims, that is a very stressful and emotional, right?
Yeah, it's definitely extremely emotional. It's tense. I just basically try to approach it like I know this is silly and I've said it before, but my approach to it is what if I was a 911 operator? In the moment.
No, that is a perfect way to
Yeah.
I agree.
It doesn't matter how I feel. My job is to help the person. It doesn't matter how they're talking to me. It's not about me. It's about helping them. So I approach it like that, and that's how I try to keep non-emotional. But I've learned a lot of the way that I talk to people and just how I approach scamming. I've really learned a lot from Take. I know that Take has a reputation of raging, but he's extremely talented with interviews. If anyone watched the show today, you heard it yourself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That Nigerian, or not Nigerian, Jamaican, I think, PCH scammer. So that's why I've learned a lot from him on how to interview, how to talk to people, and business skills, because he is a businessman. He was a businessman before this. And so he's taught me a lot, and that's why we have this show together. I know if any of y'all are watching the stream, I stream it on my channel because I just was already interested in learning how to stream, and Take generally is on his phone. But it is our show.
Well, yeah, he can't get off his phone.
Yeah.
Well, he has 100 of them. I mean,
while he's not here to defend himself, I'm going to talk shit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so just in case anyone hasn't seen it, and that's the honest truth. I'm not just saying that to be nice or anything. Really, he really knows how to talk to people. So I have a lot of skills that I take for when I'm trying to save victims. And when I do live, I'll just say from my research and stuff, it's not really advocacy. Anything that we're doing when we help people that's actually been scammed, I do off stream. Streaming on stream, we're literally witnesses to a crime and we're stopping the crime. You see what I mean? We're very low percentage of the people that we hear actually become victims because we intercede in a technical spot. I mean, you could say they're victims because they're having to deal with the people and they're downloading stuff. But as far as the loss of money, very few are actual victims. They're potential victims that a crime is taking place and we're interceding. There's been a few people that have actually been scammed that we found about, and we've been working with them off air to file police reports and file the IC3 and et cetera, but I don't do that on the stream. So just wanted to say that if anyone's watching, I Aspire, my nonprofit, has not done a whole lot of true advocacy yet, but what we have done is been off stream. So
And it's amazing. It's amazing of what you're doing. You're building and growing. And like you said, that you want to build a team. And again, I am so excited about the victim advocacy part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me
And
too.
then,
Mhm.
and then CJ, I have one more question for you,
Yeah, sure.
and this is gonna be the toughest one.
Okay.
Oh, don't sir me! Don't you dare sir me! All right, this is gonna be the toughest one for you.
Okay. Ready?
Plug it.
Who, me?
Give your plugs.
Yes. Promote.
Promote.
Okay. Yeah. So I am on Twitch. Always Monday and Wednesday. Most of the time Tuesday and Thursday. And then Take and I's morning show is Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern. I usually start on Twitch between 11 and 12. And then I do have a nonprofit, or not me, but I am on the board of a nonprofit that we started called, we pronounce it Aspire, but there's no I, ASPRE.org is the website. And we're going to keep updating it, but it is tax deductible. And my ultimate goal for it, if scams are still continuing in 5 years, which I hope they're not, I honestly hope they're not, but if they are, our goal in 5 years is it to be hiring. We have a whole team of scam baiters. We have a whole team of hackers. We have a whole team of investigators, and we're all working together to shut it down so that scams become not businesses. Right now, they're organized businesses throughout the world. Scams will always be because people will always be, but we want to shut down the organization of it and make it not socially acceptable in all of the, around the world, where if people wants to scam, they got to go back to old fashioned shadier ways instead of businesses. So
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was it. Go ahead.
No, I just think overall what you're doing and just again growing and getting people together to connect and do something that's very important is to prevent other people from getting scammed, because we know some people have gotten scammed over like 160,000 and more, and it's just incredible. And so if we can give them the passion and the care and the treatment to show them that, hey, we know this happened to you, let's learn from it and let's see what we can do to make it better. And I know some we can't give money back, but the main thing is at least you're doing what you can. And I love this mission, so I applaud you. And I applaud your whole group. So again, thank you so much.
Let's
Thank you.
let's go ahead and
Let's bring the boys back.
Yes, we're gonna bring the Kings back. And right now,
I'm overrun by estrogen right now.
I know. And right now, if you guys want to have any questions in chat, that would be great. Also, I am going to share the link, so that way if you want to even come up and even have a little chit chat and ask some questions. So let's go ahead and bring the Kings right now. There's Chester and TAGOW. Thank y'all so much for waiting in the back. I hope y'all enjoyed the scenery. Yes, the scenery and the snacks.
Yeah, I did some drugs.
Yeah,
Okay.
blue M&Ms. Certainly some trouser tightening action. Are you sure that they're M&Ms?
I
Blue
think
ones.
so.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you,
it
John.
depends. Were they blue or red?
No, they were blue.
Hey,
Okay,
John,
which
send
one
me
did you
$100 if you prove it.
Yeah. Which one do you choose? Because we might be in the Matrix. You never know. And thank you, Crypt Keeper. He's a great music man at night.
Yeah, he's awesome.
All right. Yes. So anyone who has any questions, and McHugh, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. So thank you. So again, if there's anybody in chat that wants to have any questions there and don't feel comfortable in coming to the panel, I understand. If not, I will bring the invite link, and that way you can come up.
Can I answer something in chat?
Sure.
Yeah, Dill, if PCH still owe you a Mercedes, can I do a swap for my Toyota Corolla? It's still parked in the south border of Texas.
Yes, with the
Hey, I've,
quarter pound of
I've got a
cocaine.
2017 Ford Explorer that's running hot right now. If you want it,
Yeah, no, actually,
We
that's
do it
true.
double.
That's true. That's true. We do have our first little person who would like to come up, and of course, that is our friend Nope from Team SDS. So
Cool.
we're going to bring him up, and that way he can ask you a question. Hello, Nope. Are you there?
He's muted. I can tell. by
Yes,
his-
he is. Nope. Unmute yourself, or otherwise we'll have to bring you back down.
While he's unmuting, yes, Kendall, I know I'm sketchy as fuck.
He is. He is. And again, just thank y'all so much for coming. We do appreciate all of you, each and every one. So again, thank you so much. All right, looks like Nope is still muted. Nope. Oh, hello. There you are. Nope. It's your turn to talk to our famous CJ, TAGOW and Chester Draws.
Is he asleep?
I think so. I think so.
you
No.
there?
Hello. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Oh, I was muted and I didn't know. My headset sometimes mutes itself, if you believe that at all, but it does.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
what they all say.
Yeah. So do you have any questions that you would like to ask TAGOW, Chester Draws, or Miss Queen CJ?
no huge questions. Just gonna chill and be glad to know you guys and look forward to scam baiting with you guys in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
I just like to scam bait, and I'd be glad to know you.
And we can all bring together as one. And even though we may be in different servers, at least we're all doing the same thing. It's the same mission.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. All right. So yes, we got
3 more minutes for questions.
Yes. So Nope, I'm going to bring you down. If there's anything else that you have.
Well, yeah, no, you can go ahead and bring me down for now.
Okay. Okay.
I'll just listen.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nope. All right. Next. Oops, sorry. Next is our wonderful and beautiful scam baiter, KDA. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, good
hello,
God,
everybody.
she showed up.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, KDA.
Hello, Chester. Hello, CJ. TAGOW.
How are you,
What
dear?
up, Kelly? How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Just getting used to my new computer, my camera, everything. Hopefully, you can all hear me with my sucky.
Unfortunately.
Stop it, Kat.
She's the call center lady right now. So.
Yeah, because I'm using my headset. It's my
Yes.
beautiful headset.
Yes, and New Moon, I put a Discord link in there for you.
Yes.
I thought you were Madonna.
No, I'm not Madonna. Sorry.
I thought you were going to say McDonald's drive-through.
Hey,
McDonald's drive-through.
Do you have a question, KDA?
Did you like fries with that?
Yes, yes.
Do you have a question, KDA?
Yeah, I have one question. When things get stressful for you, CJ, how do you, especially when you're live streaming and things get stressful, how do you keep calm?
Well, in fairness, I don't always 100% because I try to, but I'm a person, so sometimes I get flustered, I get angry. But like I said, when it comes to victims, I try to just put myself in the role of a 911 operator. If I'm scam baiting, I just put myself in the role of a victim, and I'm more of a realistic scam baiter as opposed to an entertaining one. Like I just end up try to be as realistic as possible so I can get as much information.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm getting mad at chat or something, sometimes I just tell them that I'm getting mad at y'all. Can you stop? bothering me or whatever. So I don't always. Wish I always did, but I don't always stay calm. Sometimes I get, especially with the scammers. I've had several times where I broke down because they're just horrible. Before this, I spent probably 40 minutes on the phone with an 89-year-old that they were trying to steal all his money. He only had like $5,000 and they were trying to take all of it.
Oh, no.
And so so sometimes I don't stay calm. And this morning on the morning show is a great example. I did not stay calm. I got real angry. So if anyone
that PCA scammer had it coming to him.
Yes, Take knew I was angry, didn't you, Take?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because actually I heard you kind of got a little testy today in one of your calls. We heard the details. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear it live because I just stopped like after 9 so I can take a little rest. And I wish I had stayed because then TAGOW was like, did you hear our PCH call? And I was like, no. So anyway, but I heard you raged and I thought that was great. Good job.
I was just
yes, that was a good job this morning.
I hate the scammers. Really think they are good people.
No kidding.
Well, if anyone else doesn't have any other questions, do you have any starred ones?
No. So if anyone wants to put some in the chat, then it will definitely answer those questions for CJ, Chester, or TAGOW, also AKA Take.
And thank everyone for joining. Does the curtain? Yes, the curtains match the drapes. Fun guy.
Fun guy. He's funny.
Yeah. He threatened. He threatened with kicking me out of his server.
Yeah, Becky Boo's here. Hi, Becky Boo.
Becky Boo. CJ, Becky Boo is my daughter. My 24-year-old daughter.
So Becky, if you want to
But
come
anyhow,
up,
I think we're about to wrap this up, and there's going to be an after party in ScambaitBeyond's Discord if y'all want to join.
Yes. So again,
it's up to you.
Well, let's give them just a couple of minutes. Let's just give them just another minute. And if they don't have any questions, then we will wrap this up.
I'm about to piss down my pants, Amanda.
Well, you can take a break. Just
all right. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, again, I think that each of y'all are incredible. And so if y'all want, do you want to give a little chance to promote? I know CJ, you just did. Chester Draws, do you want to do a little promotion, or if you want to promote anybody else?
No, I mean, there's a world of scam baiters out there. Just take your pick and enjoy. The Brits are taking over Tuesday, so Dangly Balls, Behind the Bars, Tony Mosh. There's someone called Fun Guy as well. He joins in every now and again. He's got a small channel. Unfortunately, he just
he does.
Yeah, he just keeps on going every day. I mean, I don't know whether my screen is on a loop because every time I turn it on, there's a Fun Guy.
No, that's great. But actually, we do have a wonderful baiter who provides the non-delivery, and he is an amazing person. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Whiskey because he has a couple of questions for you. And also Pecan Head has a question too. Whoops.
Go down where, Pecan Head?
Oh gosh, Pecan, you're funny. So Whiskey, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, real funny.
Hello, Whiskey.
Yeah, hey, first time, long time. Thanks for having me on. Question. So CJ, and I know all you guys.
Yeah, Katie, I'm going to bring you down for a second. Sorry.
Sure.
No, all good. You guys deal with scammers a lot and long hours. Like, what do you recommend, or how do you guys kind of decompress from the pressure of, not only calling them nonstop and hazing them but listening to the calls, what do you guys do to really kind of step away from it, regroup, level set, kind of, get your mind back to where you need to be? Because I can imagine it's probably very, very taxing.
Was that for CJ or for anyone?
Anyone, all you guys, because it's I think I don't do it that much, scam baiting, but you guys do it a heck of a lot more than I do, and I can only imagine how difficult it can be to where you kind of really got to step away from it, and maybe it's pickleball, or chess. Take, I heard you talking about that today, but what do you guys do to really step away from it and get back in the right mindset and not have it take its toll on you in dealing with these scammers that are stealing money from people?
Well, drugs.
Yeah,
Definitely drugs.
Drugs
Lots of
are
drugs.
good.
Yes.
Of course.
No, it's I mean, we're all different, so I can't answer that question for Chester or CJ, but I know myself, and I mean, there's people that will always ask, what's your longest call? They don't really understand that I might do a bunch of entertaining, funny calls and put them together, but I'm on the phone with these criminals 6 hours a day. And there's plenty of times where I'm talking to people and they hate their life and they want to kill themselves. And I pass the number on to CJ, who passes the number on to her friends in India, who they end up working for us. So there are times where, you're laying in bed going, I just talked to somebody that really hates the world. And they're talking about, Americans and they're racist. And of course, with what I do is I rage at them. So of course you rage at somebody, they're going to rage back, and you get immaturity from what I do. So they're going to say things that are stupid, like I'll F your mom or I'll F your sister. But after doing that for 15 months, 8 hours a day or whatever, you really need to disconnect for like a day, because you are dealing with the bottom of the world, whatever country they're in. You're dealing with criminals, thugs, people that'll steal a dying lady's last dollar, just so they can drive around in a nicer car than they could get if they worked an honest job. So you really just have to kind of just take a day, and you don't think about YouTube, you don't think about scam baiting, you don't think about man's inhumanity to man, and you realize that there's a lot of good people in the world, and there's good people in India, and there are good people that we meet that are doing bad things. So you always have to look at the positive, I guess, and that should just keep you going for the next round of dealing with the idiots, at least in my experience. So yeah, between a lot of drugs and taking a day of rest, you'll be good.
That's right. And also, here's a question for Chester Draws. Do you want lava bread with your breakfast?
Yes, please. I'm just as soon as I've finished the after party, I'll be in the car and crossing the bridge. Neon.
And Pecan, I would go down on the first date if you gave me sliced peaches.
Oh goodness, you're a fast one. I thought it was like normally the third date.
Can I answer the question that was posed to the others?
Sure, of course.
I was going to say the way I decompress is trying to explain the rules of cricket to CJ and Take. Having seen
what you do is you lose us tons of subs every time you explain that game in the way you do, but we love you anyway.
Yeah, but I've got a better method of decompressing now. I've just taken a screenshot of Kash with his belly button exposed. I'm going to blow that up.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Great. Yeah, I mean, look at the sexiness right here. Come on, let's just.
It's
right here.
When Kash drinks the Jack Daniel's bourbon, it's like the belly button comes out.
We can't even hear him.
No, we can't hear you. Sorry. No, I just applaud each and every one of y'all. I mean, even Whiskey. I applaud you because you do a lot of the background. I mean, look how much you helped Hatch, who was interviewed today with CJ TAGOW and Chester Draws. So if you have not watched it, please go check it out. It is a really, really, really good interview.
Just an awesome guy.
Yeah, very awesome. And Whiskey is a great interviewee too.
He was awesome too. He's always good to talk with.
Yes,
we love Whiskey.
And thank you for all you do. And go ahead, Chester. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he introduced some of us Brits to the puppy scam, and the big things coming shortly with Jim Browning involved, I believe.
Okay.
Well, I like to get people a lot smarter than me connected with each other. That's
how do you find that though? I would think you would have a tough time.
No, there's a lot. I'm not that smart, but I know talent, and I know people smarter than me and connecting them. So.
No, that's what I love is that you have connected us with amazing people, and thank you so much, Whiskey, for doing that. And again, I have to thank CJ, Chester Draws, TAGOW, Kash, who did the interviewing, and just everyone who's been in here with chat. If there's not any other questions, then we are going to wrap this up. So again, make sure that you see all of their channels and just embrace what they're doing, learn what they're doing, because you can become a better baiter yourself. So again, educate yourself before you start doing scam baiting. You got to make sure you got the right protocols.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, all right. So again, thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody in the panel. We appreciate y'all and love y'all. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, y'all.
All right. So we are now going to end it here. And here we go.